Hi everyone, happy new year. I'm guessing by the time I post this. Happy 2022. 2021 was a crazy year for I think all of us in some way or fashion. So anxiously awaiting what 2022 will bring. Thank you guys, by the way, for making 2021 like an awesome year, because I got to start the channel and you guys have decided to subscribe and join along, which is like really nice. So yeah, thank you guys for being a part of the channel, and I'm excited to bring in the new year with you. So anyways, I thought for the first video of the year I would talk about a show I've been binge watching called Kamuy. I'm not sure how they pronounce it. It's and the Ainu is a indigenous population to, I think, and I could be wrong. I tried to do a little research, but I'm not totally sure. But an island in Japan called Hokkaido. And so anyways, Kamuy or Kamuy originates from that term. Now, I actually found this show through someone on TikTok who said how underrated it was. And apparently season 4 is getting animated by the same people who did To Your Eternity. And I thought, okay, I have no knowledge of this show whatsoever, but I loved the animation of To Your Eternity, so I might as well like check it out and see if it's any good. Sorry if you can hear my dog in the background. He's excited about the show as well, obviously, because there's a wolf in it. Right, so if you're wondering what the story is actually about, I went in blind. I honestly had no idea what the story was about, which is kind of fun. So if you want to do that, you can do that and come back to this video. If you want to know a bit about it, we'll keep going. So it's about this soldier. It's at the end of, I think, World War I in Japan, which is fascinating because you actually hear them, their perspective of things for like a little bit in episode 1. But anyways, that's not the story. There's this guy, and he is like a crazy fighter. Like he basically has no fear of death in the war. So he is now a veteran of that war, and he got the nickname the Immortal Sugimoto. So he's like basically a war hero. Well, the war is over, and as I think, not that I have any experience in this, but it seems like a lot of soldiers, the war ends and it's kind of like, okay, well, where's my purpose now? Like, what do I do? I've been fighting this war for so long. What do I have to live for? Anyways, that's kind of the place he's in, other than, he wants to also, grant his friend's dying wish, which was to help take care of his friend's, I think, wife and child. So anyways, he's kind of like just chilling, not fighting in a war. And this random old man, like to him random, comes up and is basically like telling him this story that seems like this just old drunkard is just telling him a story. It seems like something he's just making up for fun. Well, it turns out it's a true story, and the story is that there is a treasure that the Ainu, who are the indigenous people I was talking about, they had. It's a huge treasure, and it was taken from them. And there is now a map to this treasure. But here's the catch, and this was disturbing to me then, and it's still disturbing to me now. The catch is that the map is tattooed on the skin of several different prisoners. So all these prisoners have tattoos on their backs, and some like all around, basically saying where this treasure is. Now the catch, of course, is that you need all of them. I'll come up with the idea, or I guess the original guy, that you would have to skin these people, which I found to be kind of disturbing. But the way they handle it is like pretty humane. You don't really, it's not like they're showing that. Thank God. Anyways, there's a lot more to this story. So why do I like this story, you might be wondering? It sounds disturbing. Well, it's not really what the story's about, but it's kind of hard to explain. That's like a big plot beat. The big plot beat is Sugimoto teams up with this Ainu girl, and they're basically going to go and find this treasure. That's the goal. So we'll start with that. So if you like, and this is true, if you like exploring stories, if you like the whole finding treasure thing, which I do, I always have since I was like, I always liked oh, what's that pirate? Not Tom Sawyer. What? I don't know. I'll put it somewhere, but you know what I'm talking about, that pirate show as a kid. Where they try to find the treasure. But yeah, it's got the adventure element, like kind of like if you liked Fena Pirate Princess, but way better version of doing that. Interestingly also, there's a lot of this sort of like military conspiracy things going on, which reminds me a lot of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, sort of the dissatisfaction with the military, something going on that's a little odd with the military. And just it's a very political story in parts too, but it also is similar to Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood in that it can be very dark, it can be very disturbing, but then there's also moments of comedy, and they can be in the same episode, and somehow it works. Which I really enjoy, and I haven't really seen a show that gave me the same vibe as Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood until now. This is almost like an even more adult version. Well, definitely a more adult version, because it's a seinen of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, basically. Obviously different, but you know what I'm saying in terms of demographics. What else can I tell you about it? Yeah, so it's a really good show. The animation, it didn't blow me away. It's from 2018. But it's good. It's good. And I actually really love the music. I've been listening to the music a bunch. Highly recommend. I've been binge watching the show. I got through season 1 in like 5 days. So it's been sort of like my holiday break show, and I wanted to recommend it to you guys as well, so you could hear about it. And yeah, I'm gonna try to binge watch all the way up to season 4. I thought every single episode of season 1 was amazing and interesting, except for the episode 11. I thought was kind of like just kind of like too much. Like I also don't really like horror, so that could be part of it. And I thought the show, like I was kind of saying earlier, there are some graphic parts. Like it deals with like how the Ainu live, right? And the Ainu, the way they live is very, they're living in a, how do I say this? They're living in the wild. They don't have the amenities we do. So, they have to eat wildlife, and they have to kill it and all that stuff. So it does go over those scenarios in sometimes a bit graphic detail. The reason I could stomach it is because I feel like the way that Ainu handle these things is very humane. So I don't like seeing torture, so that disturbs me. But the Ainu, basically, when it comes to, like, let's say it's a squirrel that they're hunting, they basically want the squirrel to have an instant painless death. So it's not as disturbing to me as it could have been. I think they handle things in a very humane way, which I really respect. And that's another interesting thing about the show. It's just like a side thing. First of all, the story is great. The intrigue's great. The characters are great. You love seeing there's sort of this camaraderie with the like the main 2 characters and another couple that I won't go into because spoilers, but you've got the camaraderie, which is also similar to Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, where you have, like Winfrey and the brothers. It's kind of like that in this too, which I really like. And yeah, learning, like I was saying, learning about the Ainu is very, very interesting and fascinating. Is there anything else? Yeah, it basically just has everything you could want in a story, kind of. Like there's even the side characters are interesting. Also, what's interesting is there's more than one side to the story. So you don't really always know who's in the right, who's in the wrong, and what's going on, because there's that bigger conspiracy, but there's more than like one potential villain, which is also cool. So yeah, I highly recommend this show. I hope you guys will check it out. Let me know if you've seen it, your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video. Please consider liking and subscribing also if you want to, and talk to you later.